and then the rest is all copper and aluminum. So they're worth quite a bit that way, but if you leave the steel on, they're not worth very much. More if it's flat. Hey, Victor, you're not pointing at what I'm doing.
Trying to keep the Suburban's license plate out too.
What?
I'm trying to keep the license plate up.
I'm working over here, not over there. One thing's for sure when you're doing this, use a junk saw, one that's on its last legs. It's really hard on a saw. Saw, full safety precautions, good gloves, good heavy gloves, because those chips coming out of the metal, they really sting your hands and they can embed themselves in your skin. I've had it happen a number of times. I finally learned to wear gloves. Good wraparound safety glasses, good earmuffs. Earmuffs do more than just keep the sound out. Those chips, they come up and they'll hit your ears. The earmuffs protect your ears too. A lot better than just earplugs, although earplugs are a lot more comfortable for me. But having metal embedded in your ears is not comfortable. When you're using a skill saw, use an old junk skill saw, and this one's about on its last legs. It was not a quality saw to begin with, but it got us by. It built us a house. An old junk blade, in this case, is an old dull carbide blade. It works really well to cut this up. You have to get the steel headers off the end of these, or it'll just go for dirty price instead of clean price. Pretty good difference between the two. This all is mixed copper and aluminum, so it'll bring a fairly good price. Not as good probably just go for tin, but it may go for dirty copper. That's at the discretion of the scrapyard. And in the meantime, we have our load ready. We have a whole pile of aluminum. I'll go show you that over here in a minute. But this helps clean up the yard a little bit more, and it puts a bit of cash in our pockets. That's one of the ways that we make extra income on the homestead, as every one of you knows.
Okay. Go ahead.
And here's more of our clean aluminum. This has already been cleaned. This is pretty much top grade aluminum here. It looks like just trash and a big mess, but there's probably $100 to $200 worth of aluminum. A little bit of stainless. I haven't checked it to see if it's any good stainless yet. It'll go also. Again, this is just ways that we make extra income for the homestead. Just it's a lot of work sometimes, but it's worth it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. How about a big thumbs up? See you next time. As with anything that sat for a long time, like this truck had, it sat for 6 years or 7 years. I can't remember, one of those. It had bearings that dried out, and the tensioner and the idler. The tensioner actually didn't come apart, but the bearing in the upper idler froze up. So we're going to just replace both of them here, because I can hear the tensioner bearing is a little noisy, and these bearings, if they're a little noisy, it's not long before they're gonna go. So may as well just do it, since we're gonna be doing it all at once. Of course, with one pulley that froze up, it broke the belt, so Mama ended up having to be towed home today. So that wasn't a good thing, but that's all right. She had AAA, and that's what we have her for. That's a good deal. Mama's going to be on the road a lot, for her to have something like AAA, so that she doesn't get stuck somewhere, so she can get home if she needs to. So anyway, they're pretty easy to change. That's really nice. If this was that little blue car still, and this happened, it wouldn't have been a pleasant job to do. There's that one. Let me grab the other one. I'll be right back. The nice thing about this is that it is absolutely simple to do. See, it's taken just about that long. All I got to do is tighten this bolt up, and that tensioner's changed. Easy come, easy go, because we took that load in for scrap metal today. Got that taken care of, and that just about covered the cost of this repair. So anyway, that's okay. We needed the extra money. The extra money was something that we would use for things like this here. And anyway, there it goes. So get this tightened up, then all we have to do is put the belt back on, back in business. Okay, so we have a diagram right here.